What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Dragonflight gold farming video. So in true fashion, I am doing my best to give you guys the best gold farms in Dragonflight, and I've recently found what I think is the best gold farm once again. So I'm not going to claim any credit for finding this farm. I literally just joined some random groups in the pre-made group finder and I just checked out what they were farming, and someone sent me a message about this farm right here and I decided to give it a go. So we went ahead and made a group live on stream yesterday and we tested it out for a lengthy time. We had done a 4-hour test before this one and we are now 4.5 hours into this test as well, just to see the average gold per hour over a very long farming period. So overall we did over 10 hours of testing to find out the average gold per hour from the farm itself, and based on that I am now making this video to tell you guys about the farm and how you can use it as well to farm gold. Before that though, I do want to say a massive thank you to all of you watching me on Twitch and on YouTube. The support has been massive lately and I just want to thank you guys. It's been an amazing journey so far in Dragonflight and I'm just happy that we're all enjoying the expansion as much as we are and just enjoying gold farming. And even though there's no BOE epic farming, I am having an absolute blast farming gold in Dragonflight. I also want to say an extra thank you to everyone who's picked up my Dragonflight gold guide as well, and if you haven't picked it up, the link to that one will be down below in the video description, so you can check it out. Use the code Solheim to get it for half price. That being said though, let's talk about the farm, what we're farming for, the location, and everything about the farm. So first of all, let's talk about the gold per hour, which is the thing that will draw most of you, draw your attention to the farm. So you can see right now, whenever this pop-up from Twitch goes away, that we are making 100k gold per hour or 99,600 gold per hour right now after 4 hours and 30 minutes. We did get very lucky on getting one BOE item, which was selling for about 100k. It was a BOE cosmetic item, so like a transmogable item, that is currently selling for 100k and has a really low drop rate from this farm. But that, like, it's a cosmetic item, so it's like, if you don't want to count that into the gold per hour, I will give you the gold per hour that we're getting steady right here, and you can think about the fact that you can get some recipes dropping from this farm, as well as transmog items like I got as well, selling for 100k. But if you remove all of the RNG elements, we are getting 60,000 gold per hour steady from the farm itself by doing the setups we're doing. So 60,000 gold is pretty much guaranteed from the farm, at least based on my 10-hour test so far. I got a minimum of 60,000 gold every single time, and yeah, if you get anything else on top, then it will just add value to the farm itself. So let's talk about where we're farming, what we're farming for, and also just talk about the farm itself. It's not only a gold farm, by the way. This is something a lot of people are doing, both for a mount, that you can get a specific mount from this location. They are doing it for reputation, they are doing it to progress their character, and you can get some pre-raid best in slot items from this farm as well. Plus we are doing it for gold making, so it's a multi-purpose farm that a lot of people are doing for different purposes, and you can just mix and match what you want. That being said, let's look at all of the stuff from the farm and just talk about that as well, because now we have seen how the farm works, and we're doing a 2x4 hyperspawn farming here. So we have 2 groups of 4 people farming together, and just to do like a quick talk about how to set that up, if you want to set up a 2x4 group farming by yourself, invite 5 people to your server, then you leave the group and you start the second server. In the scenario, the 4 people that you invited first, they will stay on your shard, and because it is your shard, you're the one who has to leave to start the second group, and that way you can have 2 groups of 4 people, 4 people farming in the same location. Okay, so now that you know what to farm, what we're doing here, now we can talk about where the location is and how to set everything up and the requirements for the farm. I will say, first of all, there are no actual requirements for the farm. You can go here right now and start farming with basically doing nothing, but by doing some back-end work, you will increase the gold per hour by quite a bit. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the location of the farm, and it's located in the Waking Shores in the Dragon Isles, and it's located in this area, like all the way to the left at the Obsidian Citadel. It's the Obsidian farm after all, so you just go right here to this location, and if I jump down right now, there's going to be a staircase. You want to go all the way down the staircase. If I can just fly down so I can just skip some mobs right here, fly a bit fast, get past the mobs right here. There's going to be a rare mob over here as well that you want to go and grab for extra reputation while you're doing it. But you can see right now there are people down here farming right as we're speaking. So it's down the stairs and then it's right here. And this is where the mobs are spawning. Right now these guys are farming as 2 or 3 or 4 people and they're killing very slow. Now to activate a hyper spawn you want to be 8 people and you need to kill a ton of mobs super fast to activate a hyper spawn. So for example, the mobs right here are spawning and you also have mobs out here. So personally we have the statue right where I'm standing right now, and then you pull all the mobs inside this room, including this elite by the way. You're pulling this elite and the mobs from inside this room, grabbing them to the statue which is standing right here, and you're also pulling all the mobs that are up the stairs here like he's doing right now, and you're bringing those to the statue over here as well. And as long as you kill all of them super fast, it will trigger a force spawn and hyper spawn mechanic inside this room, and now you can just start farming. Alternatively, you can be in a 4 or 5 man group as well like they are, or if you don't have the DPS output you can also just farm like this, and in that case they're not going to hyper spawn. So it's a little bit based on your DPS output and your group setup, but yeah, it's a super good farm. And let's talk about what we're farming for now. So we're farming for one item that has nothing to do with any profession, and that is this one. It's called the Sargus Signet. It can be used to gain more reputation with the Dragonflight reputations, and it's selling for 2.9k or 2,898 gold. Now during my farming session I got 85 of them, so that is 240k gold roughly. If I just round up a little bit, it's 240k gold after farming here for 5 hours so far, so that's not too bad. That is like, I think I farmed for 6 or 7 hours actually, but a lot of your gold is coming from Sargus Signet, and based on my testing so far, 50% of your gold per hour is coming from this item. So 50% of your total gold per hour or your steady gold per hour is coming from something that has nothing to do with any professions. So even though you can use professions to make this better for you, the main item you're getting and what's giving you half of your gold has nothing to do with any profession. There is one thing you want to do before doing the farm, and that is that when you're going here, you want to talk to Rathian or Saberian up here. You basically will have a world quest around here right now to give your allegiance to one of the Black Drakes, and you want to do that to get this item to drop. Now past that we are hunting for more items as well, so you can see in my bags for example, I have sent a lot of things away right now, but during the farm I'll be showing some clips later as well. But we are farming for something called Rousing Earth. You're getting tons of these while farming, and it's about like almost 1,000 per hour depending on your group setup of course. So a lot of your gold is coming from 2 items here, that is the Sargus Signet and Rousing Earth. So when it comes to Rousing Earth, you may use a profession here to give yourself more Rousing Earth, and what I've personally done is go for 50 points into Insight of the Blue and 32 points into Primal Extraction. How you divide your points here is not really, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I chose Insight of the Blue purely because both of them give plus 1% in the main talent tree, but Insight of the Blue gives you plus 10% chance to locate mystic items down here, and those are the mystic items you are locating to disenchant. So even though the blue and the green ones are basically worthless now, we can get some epics as well. So having plus 10% chance to get a resonating crystal, I think that is absolutely massive. So for me, I'm choosing this one because I'm getting a bonus, and for this one right here, there's no bonuses for farming. The only bonus is the plus 1% you're getting here from the point. So personally, I go for 50 here and 32 here, but you do what you want, and that will give you even more gold in terms of the Rousing Earth. And based on our testing, without enchanting and with enchanting, it's a 5,000 gold per hour difference. Just based on this right here, the Primal Extraction, it is about 4,000 to 5,000 gold per hour difference. Also, by getting the mystic items, you're also adding another 5k as well. So the difference between not having enchanting and having enchanting is 10,000 gold per hour in the steady gold per hour. So without enchanting, in this case, you would have 50k per hour, and with enchanting you would have 60k. And you also have tailoring. We're killing some humanoids down there, and while there's not too many humanoids, there are some of them and they are elite, and tailoring has also been adding about 3,000 gold per hour as well. So now if you have no professions, you're making about 37,000 gold per hour, and if you have all professions, well, 47,000 gold per hour, sorry, 47,000 gold per hour if you have no professions, and 60,000 gold per hour if you have both tailoring and enchanting with the right profession set up rightly like this, so cloth collection, and also the insight of the blue and what I just showed you, right? So now we have talked about that and the profession setup. Let's talk about the keys, because what you're actually farming for here are the keys. So you're farming for something called an obsidian key, and you can combine this one right here, a key framing, with a key framing and key fragments. You can combine those into a greater key and hand those into either Rathian or Sabellian to give yourself reputation. Now while you're doing that, you're also getting reputation with the Valdrakken Accord, so you can get renown with them at the same time, and you can get yourself to some reputation with the Rathian and also Sabellian at the same time. So you can just get yourself some reputation with both of those as well as Valdrakken Accord in one go while you're farming gold, which is absolutely fantastic. And let's talk about that part as well super quick. So by getting yourself some reputation with, for example, Rathian, which you're getting right here by handing in those keys for those lockboxes, you're getting reputation every single time, and the higher rep you get, the more toys and stuff you'll learn to unlock as well. And you can unlock, for example, this companion right here by bringing him some primal bear spines, some large sturdy femuri, and also some dragon isle supplies. But that is not what we're looking at here. We are trying to look at this one. You can get something called an obsidian collar, where you can turn in 115 Dragon Isle supplies for an obsidian collar. This requires you to be a friend by Rathian, so you need to grind your reputation all the way up. And you can also get the obsidian cape, which requires you to be a true friend with Rathian. So this one right here is 398 item level, and the other one is 389 item level, and these ones are pre-raid best in slot for a lot of classes out there, which is why a lot of people are grinding this right now, not just for gold, but also just for upgrades and pre-raid best items. So these ones you can just trade in 300 of these resources for 2 epics that are high item level and are very good for most classes, and that is why people are farming it. You can also get some windswept stuff for your dragon as well, so there's some extra stuff to get just for cosmetics, but mostly it's those 2 epics that people are farming for and doing this reputation grind for. So as you're handing in your keys that you're combining with the fragments and the other things as well that you're getting here, you are getting yourself an obsidian cache, with if you're giving it to Sabellian, for example, and these are usually going to give you a green cache, but it can also proc a purple, and the purple will basically give you a little bit more stuff than the green one. Makes sense, right? So the green ones will give you about 250 raw gold, and the purple ones will give you about 800 raw gold, and you're also getting some relics, artifacts, and also Dragon Isles supplies. So it's just going to give you some extra raw gold from the farm itself, and based on my testing so far, it gave us 25,000 raw gold from opening all of these caches that we got from 10 hours of farming. So it's plus 2.5k raw gold per hour from those keys, plus you're getting reputation at the same time. So personally, I just decided to deliver all of them right here, open all of them in one fell swoop, and just check what we're getting. And here's the thing, it gives you 2.5k roughly in raw gold from delivering the keys and also getting that reputation. But when opening, you can also get a rare pattern, or like several rare patterns, or also like some cosmetic weapons and armor that you can sell as a transmog item. So there's some treasures you can get from these caches that will give you a lot of extra gold as long as they're selling. And for example, the recipes will be selling right now, because the recipes that is dropping here is like a epic recipe. It is things that people will need once they start crafting actual epic gear from this location. So the recipes will be selling, and based on the one that I got, it was selling for about 11,000 gold if I remember correctly, because I did get one of those epics from these boxes that I'll show you in just a second here. Just I can show you that it actually is dropping right now from the boxes, and I got one from a green box, so it doesn't even have to be an epic box. You can see this one right here. Region market value average was 73k and 19.3k in market value, and for me it was 4k min buyout. So right now everyone is farming here. It's a very popular farming location, which is why I personally it's only selling for like 4k, but you can get several different recipes from here, and also several different BOE items like transmog items that you can sell on the auction house as well, giving you more gold from the farm itself. Okay, so with that being said, now we have talked about that part of the farm. We're still not done. There's so much to talk about when it comes to this farm and what you're doing with the farm itself. So let's continue. Okay, so at the beginning of this video, I mentioned you can also get a mount from this location. This is not a mount you're going to be selling, but it's a mount that you can actually start farming for yourself if you just want to have the mount, and it's like it's something extra you're getting while farming here. So let's talk about that for a second. There's a NPC called Igis the Believer. He is located right here at the lava pool, right next to where we're farming as well. And you can talk to this guy and you can give him one of those keys that you're making. So when you get 30 key fragments and 3 key framings, you can make one of those keys that we just delivered. And instead of delivering all of them, you can deliver one to this guy right here. And he will then give you a buff, or a debuff. Well, a buff. It's called the World Breaker membership. And this one will allow you to start collecting the magmotes. This is a Blizzard account bound crafting reagent, and you can trade 1,000 of these in for a mount, and based on our testing so far, it goes super fast. If you want to get 1,000 of them, which is 1 mount's worth, it takes you about 20-30 minutes. And here's the thing, if you die, you will lose a debuff, so you will have to go back here and spend 1 more key, or you can just talk to the NPC and get the item back to give it to you, so you don't have to waste more keys. But the TLDR here is that you will lose the buff if you die, so you have to go and get it back. So once you have the 1,000 of these items, the magmotes, you now want to go to a brand new location, which is located all the way down here. It is very close to where you just were, by the way, to pick up the quest, or to pick up the actual item and the buff for the magmotes. So it's right here, and now you go to another cave located right at my current location. You now go inside this cave, and inside this cave there's going to be a brand new NPC on the left side right here called Dealer Vexel, and he's going to sell you the mount. This is also where you can go, by the way, if you happen to die and you want to get yourself a brand new one of these. So you will lose your buff if you die, and instead of trading in 1 key, you can now trade in 20 magmotes to give yourself a brand new World Breaker membership instead of doing the other one. You can also buy yourself some orbs of the obsidian scale, and you can get yourself the slumbering world snail shell, so the slumbering world snail. So by learning this mount right now, we have it right here, and I can go outside and show you what it looks like as well, just to make the video a bit longer as well. It's a very long video right now, but I've been trying to just show you guys everything about the farm, and for those of you who just wanted to see what it looks like and where the location are, well, now you know everything about the farm as well. So if you watch the entire thing, well, here we go. Let me just search for shimmering, and it should be here somewhere. It's called the slumbering, actually, slumbering. The scrappy world snail. So this is what it looks like. If I just mount up on it as well, you can see what it looks like. I'm kind of sad that we have mounts like this instead of just having dragon mounts, but hey, we have a snail mount, so here we go. This looks pretty cool. It's a snail mount, not really anything else to it, and it's not like you can transform yourself into a snail or fly with it or anything. It's just like a cool mount to have, and it's something you get while you're farming, as long as you know about it and you know how to get the magmotes. Either way, that is the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Go and test out the farm for yourself. Now you know pretty much everything about the farm, so go and test it out and let me know in the comment section down below how much gold per hour you are making from the farm. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe for more videos just like this one, and that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace out.